it's okay. It's okay. I think I like that because it's, you know, you guys made that video with the people and they were like, what are we going to say? That looked so good, right? So it's okay, even if but Sangha wants to produce like television level stuff. Mr. Worker. It's good, it's good. All right, okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey guys, welcome to another live event. Now, here's the thing, right? We've not actually, with the December holidays and all of that stuff happening, New Year's, this is the first live of 2024, right? 2024, like every other year, is going to be super special, super awesome. Welcome everybody who's joining in. Thank you, Jawani. Shout out, Scorpio. Ooh, what a name. Food Success. I am Navjot Sohni. I want to pronounce your name correctly. Omar Khan, DXB. How you doing, brother? Manzar, Bushra, Aziz, Khizar, Najimun Ayar. Okay, tell me about the new Petals and Elites 2. Okay. All right, Scorpio, hang around, okay? I'll be happy to do... I'm noting this down. If I forget, my team's going to be absolutely here with me to help me and actually tell me to not forget that. So let me just take this down. Elites 2 and Petals, you guys. Guys, just to let you know, so I'm going to start with agents and helping agents out with a few things. But one of these questions I have on my list is about a property by Danube as well, other than what you've just asked me. But just to let you guys know, like, guys, we sometimes I think people are confused. Like, I ran into somebody the other day, you know, and the guy was like, I'm not sure. I liked what you were saying. I liked what you were teaching us about, but I wasn't sure that you actually work in real estate. Man, that thing is not coming through, I think. Guys, we run an advisory and an agent company. You are welcome as investors to come and work with us. We do have a very specialized VIP service that we cater to our 5-star VIP clients. It is a paid service, but we help you get... what do you call this? The best properties that are the best for you, okay? So... Khizar asks, agents should help beyond border. It's a big market. Okay, agents should help beyond borders. That doesn't seem like a question, but he's making a comment. So, yeah, of course. I respect that. I accept that. And agents should help beyond borders. If you're saying that they should be working with international clients, yeah, absolutely. Work with all international clients. If that's what you mean, helping beyond borders. If you mean that agents should be working beyond borders, so if you're working in Dubai real estate and now you should be working and selling properties in London, or you should be selling properties in Pakistan and India and Oman and Saudi Arabia, I would say yes, with one caveat, okay? Guys, listen. It's kind of like running a restaurant, okay? If you run a restaurant, let's say if you run a fine dining restaurant in France, well, let's not take France because France would be like maybe perhaps a very different market. But if you run a fine dining restaurant in New York, can you run a fine dining restaurant in Dubai? Most likely, yes. There will be some overlaps, some similarities, let's say at least about 70% similarities. And so you would only have to figure out 30% of that which you don't know, as opposed to trying to figure out 100% of what you don't know. So if you know how to do real estate in Dubai using a process, a methodology, we in FD Global Properties have something called the Perfect Real Estate Framework. We follow it to the T to help our investors find the best properties possible. If you have that, then you can obviously do real estate anywhere, okay? And generally speaking, I can tell you most senior brokers, they can overlap, okay? Senior brokers, I mean by people who've been in the business 5, 7, 10 years. They can actually help clients acquire properties in London or Copenhagen or Toronto or New York or Japan or Tokyo or so on and so forth, okay? If you're new to the business, try to figure out how you are actually going to be... Try to figure out and understand Dubai first, and then you can jump to another boat, and I recommend doing that. Okay, so I want to quickly give some tips for agents on how they might be able to network and be able to get out there and do really, really super well for themselves. Okay, guys, very, very simple. Okay, if you're an agent in the Dubai market or anywhere for that matter, you've got to understand a few basics. Okay, the first thing with regards to networking and building your client base starts with you. I've always said this. It actually starts with you and your mindset. You've got to have this mindset of finding and meeting new people. If you have that mindset, then you're well on your way to finding new clients and networking with the right people. And I'll give you an example. Okay, there's heard about this the other day, and this is very common and everybody knows about this, the red car theory. Okay, the red car theory is if you drove from A to B today, let's say from home to work or home to the mall or home to, let's say, another city, and I asked you, how many red cars did you see? You'd be like, I don't know. Maybe I saw one red car. Maybe there was one red car that really stood out because it was a Ferrari. So you're like, yeah, I saw a red car. It was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or a special truck. So you'd be like, yeah, maybe I saw one or two or three red cars. Fine, no problem. Here's the deal. If, on the other hand, I had asked you and said, look, before you set out from wherever you're setting out, I would like you to... Okay, let's just shut down the volumes here so that there's no... What do we call this? Sound back? Playback? So just to let you know, if I told you, hey, I would give you $50 for every single red car that you see, just come and tell me about it, you would know every single red car that you saw on your journey from one city to the other city. In fact, even a maroon car, you'd call it red. Or a pink car, you'd call it red. Or an orange car, you'd say, like, you know, orange is kind of sometimes the shade of red, isn't it? So you'd be like, yeah, okay. I saw about 20 red cars, 30 red cars. Give me my money. Give me my money. Right? 30 multiplied by 50, $1,500 or something like that. Yeah, is that $1,500? I think it is. Okay. So you'd be like, give me my money. So when you're networking and you're trying to get more contacts into your database, this is what you've got to do. You got to start thinking. That's where it starts. You've got to start with the process right here. You've got to be like, okay, I'm going to meet 10 new people a day. That's the target you've got to set out. It's kind of like when you're trying to work out, build a body, like, you know, get a 6-pack ab, your 8-pack ab. Is there 8 packs? Abs? Yeah. 8 packs? Sanka? 8? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. There's 8 as well. Like Peter Andre. You guys are too young to remember Peter Andre. Shah Rukh Khan has 8 packs, right? Is it CGI? No. He had 8, right? Man, that's so negative. Like the first time I heard 8 packs and I thought of CGI. Now, why can't I imagine that it's real? It probably is real, man. So, okay. So when you want those 8 packs, well, you might have to do a lot of stuff to work towards it, like calorie deficit, crunches, yoga. As my team tells me, sir, you got to do some more yoga. Okay. All right. So when you think about it like that, hey, I've got to get 10 people into my database every day. You will be on that path, inshallah, right? Now, starts with you, starts with your mindset. What do you do when you're actually trying to get people and their details and so on and so forth, okay? Guys, the ideal thing is your job is to actually get 2 things for everybody you meet. Their mobile number and email address. I would, back in the day in 2016 when I was trained with Keller Williams, we were also taught to get P.O. Box because sending a card out or something was really useful. I think it still could be if you actually went down that route, but a lot of people are not going to be like, I don't want to get a P.O. box. So at least get 2 things, okay? Get their mobile number and their email address, and then you've got to put them in a database. Something, it could be on a WhatsApp, it could be on your CRM, could be on an Excel sheet, but you've got to enter their number and their details down. And then you've got to communicate to them frequently, at least for the first 8 weeks, okay? At least once a week in the first 8 weeks. You've got to tell them that you exist. You got to tell them that you've got something good to offer, and then get them to actually engage with you, okay? So two things I've said so far, okay? Number one, it starts with your mindset. You're the one who needs to actually figure out, like, I am there. I need to meet 10 people a day. Number two, always get their mobile number and email address every single person you meet. Like, a lot of agents walk away just getting their mobile numbers. They're like, nah, I'm just going to WhatsApp them. Listen, everybody sends WhatsApp these days. Go back to email. Better yet, call them. And then you got to figure out to call people, okay? Call them, meet them. Engage with them over the next 8 weeks. Don't bombard them. Don't spam them. Don't bore them. Don't annoy them. Be of a person that offers some value, okay, for the next 8 weeks. And then I'm going to now give you a kicker. If you're new to real estate and you're really, really, really stuck and you're like, oh my God, how can I meet 10 people a day? Go out there and meet agents. Go out there and meet other agents, because if you talk to other agents, you're going to be, grow your network still. Agents are your allies. You can actually do a lot of work with them, okay? So those are some basic tips, guys. Mastering the real estate networking game. You've just got to start with the mindset, okay? I want to address investors very quickly. Guys, what I'm realizing with a lot of investors when I speak and they are sitting abroad, because let's face it, a lot of people in Dubai invest from abroad. Like, we've got 200 plus nationalities investing here. And it's a complete diverse nationality base. And what I've found speaking to a lot of investors recently is that they're pretty confused. They're pretty scared. What I'm getting from them is there is just too much there's too much choice and there's too much opacity. Like, there is not a lot of transparency coming towards them from the Dubai market. So they are not able to identify easily good potential prospects for themselves. Now, sometimes it's kind of like a thick jungle forest that Dubai is, like a jungle skyscraper, right? Like, so many buildings, so many choices, so many places. Where should I invest? What's the best place for me? And I can tell you, yes, there are some places that are dark. There are some places that are dangerous. There are some places that you shouldn't invest. And there's a few places that are risky. And I'm going to be addressing that in one of my questions lately. So it's kind of like this. If you get on, if you've ever been to London or if you come to Dubai and you want to see all of Dubai, there's one very easy way to do it. Just get on with a tourist guide. If you can't afford a tourist guide, just get onto a big bus tour. So if you go to London or Dubai or Pakistan, I'm sure if India might also have this, just get onto a big bus tour. And when you get onto a big bus tour, maybe you have to do the tour twice, but they will take you around the city and show you the places where people live, people, the entertainment network, district, the this, the that. You're going to be able to get a better idea. The point I'm trying to make is, similarly, when you're coming into Dubai, get an advisor, get somebody who knows the city, get somebody who's been around, especially real estate, and somebody who can actually guide you through the process. I don't have a simpler way for you to do this, okay? If I was going to London, investing in Toronto, investing in Tokyo, I would do the same thing, right? Have somebody actually guide me through the process. In Dubai, using my expertise, in sync with them because of their local knowledge, all right? Okay, let's answer some questions. Can we answer some questions? Okay. There's one person, VRN Fashion Homeware Collect 34. That person we're going to answer in a singular podcast, okay? Because their question's very long. But let's answer a few questions here very quickly. SW Sherry asks, thanks, but can you suggest some good names for people who are new or just bought a property and they're looking for some good names? What does this mean? What was this? Because you have to tell me this question was asked in which video's context. Then I'll know what they're asking. Okay, so that's okay. So Sherry, let's take this question up again. You find where he asked, because he's asking me some good names for people who are new or just bought a property and they're looking for some good names. Some good names, like, I don't know, like property management, okay? Check out Provident. They do, I think, decent property management. Exclusive Links, okay? They're one of the older companies. They do good property management. Can you just renew your visit visa every few months to live in the UAE? Yes. Okay, so the answer is a visit visa. Like, look, Dubai is a changing landscape, okay? Is this okay, Sangha? This level's okay, yeah? And this? This you guys can see. Okay, so guys, just to let you know, this visit visa that you get, technically speaking, it's for tourism. Okay, you come over here, you're looking to look around Dubai, and Dubai wants to welcome you as a tourist. What Dubai has kind of done, and the United Arab Emirates, they've kind of like turned and looked the other way. When people come here on a tourist visa, look for employment, find employment, and then just convert their regular visa into employment status, right, guys? That's what people do, right? Generally speaking, there are people who actually come into Dubai. That's the most legal way to do. They come into Dubai by finding a job first, right? That's not the way it is in the US, UK, a lot of the Schengen countries like European EU or Canada, right? If you said, and you applied for a visa and you said, I would like to go there and look for a job, they'd be like, sorry, we're not going to welcome you. Only a bona fide tourist would be welcome. So when you say, can you just renew your visit visa every few months to live in the UAE? I'd imagine if you're living here, you're living with some kind of employment. Perhaps you have enough money. Now, if you have enough money, then not having a residence visa does not really make things easy for you. Like, you can't get a local driving license. You can't rent a space in your name sometimes. You can't get a regular working SIM card for your phone, so on and so forth. So I would not suggest this. And I think the Dubai government also limits the number of visas that you can renew. And sometimes the visa renewal limits come in, sometimes they lift them, sometimes they don't. So I would not suggest this way to go about it, right? Okay. Somebody asked, and I've already answered this, for a cash purchase, what's the fastest closing that can be done from start to finish? And also, what's the percentage in average on top of the sales price that one ends up paying? Thanks for your response. So the fastest I've actually ever carried out a transaction was 3 days, but this was a resale property where there was another reseller involved. Good question that you asked me this. If you're buying something from a developer, there's not even 3 days involved. It's pretty much like you can even buy a property remote. You don't have to even be in Dubai. So it's pretty much like instant. You can buy a property instant, like within a few hours, okay? Sayed Maz asks, Fahd, sir, is there any new rules from Dubai Land Department regarding making marketing videos for properties? Okay, so let me correct this. So DLD, which is what he's mentioned here, stands for Dubai Land Department. And I've just got to say, DLD is not the one that actually makes the rules. It's RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Agency. They're the ones who make the rules, and they're the ones who would have introduced this. Yes, from what I know, there is a new rule that you need to actually have a QR code on all the marketing material that you're sending out into the market. This QR code is replacing the Trakhisi permit. Basically, the Dubai Land Department guiding RERA, or RERA under Dubai Land Department, wants to make sure that all things that are getting advertised are kosher, halal, correct. You're not advertising wrong information, because at the end of the day, when agents come into Dubai and they advertise something that's wrong, then in the overall grand scheme of things, Dubai and the Dubai market and then the Dubai Land Department, the ones who are in charge of overseeing the real estate market, get affected, right, in a negative way. So that's not cool. So somebody asks me, how's Bays by Danube? Okay, so I'm not sure if you're asking me. This is Dr. Flex 2152. How's Bays by Danube? Bays. So there's two projects. There's a Bays, I think, by Danube that they've already finished in Business Bay, and there is Bays 101. Now I'm going to give you the simple answer to this. Okay, if you're looking at the new project that they're launching in Business Bay, very simple. Just look at Property Finder, call people who've already actually bought or own a property in Business Bay, because the new product, the new tower launch is very close to the other one, and just go and visit, and you'll know exactly what it is. Now, I'm not saying good, bad, ugly. Maybe you will love it, so you will be comfortable with investing in Bays 101. Maybe you'll be like, hey, it's not for me, maybe, right? It could be. I don't know. Like, like how many kinds of shoes are out there, right? Many, many, many kinds of shoes being produced, okay? So similarly, a lot of developers, they produce products such as apartments, villas, townhouses, so on and so forth, sometimes a developer's taste matches your taste. Good. Congratulations, you're a match made in heaven. Sometimes their taste doesn't match your taste, or your taste doesn't match their taste, right? So in my personal opinion, you should go and have a look at that and then know exactly how it is. Maybe you'll like it, so that's good. You'll have a good impression. Go for it. Maybe you will be like, it's not for me. Fine. Keep looking, right? That's an easy way to do it, okay? In my personal opinion, Danube has a very specific design sense and element, okay? Notice this, they're very specific, right? It's kind of like if I told you, if you, from what I remember, Trump Tower, or Donald Trump's house has a lot of gold or gold-plated things. If gold is not your taste, then, you're not going to buy his penthouse, right? Okay, so somebody asked me, Elites 2 or Petals? Look, it's good. You've got to understand something, guys. A lot of people work backwards from price, okay? Which is fine. Like, like if price is the only important thing. So this is a question somebody asked me, like they talked about price, right? So if price is the only thing, then, fine, Danube's really good because they're offering you this 1% payment plan, right? You can actually pay 1% every few months and so on and so forth. So for people coming into the market who can afford that and they like that and so on and so forth, great, right? I personally think that investors should actually not work backwards from price. They should work forward from their requirements, what they need, though those requirements get fulfilled by what they're looking at. Does that make sense? Okay. And then you compromise on price or you stick to your price. Like, for example, if somebody comes in to me and says, you know what, we need a 3-bedroom apartment or a 5-bedroom villa. Okay. If a 5-bedroom villa costs, let's say, 6 million, and they've got only 4 million to spend, for example, I'm giving you an example, and we end up finding a 5-bedroom villa in a community that they don't like, in a shape and wear and tear that they don't like, but we get it in 4 million. But at the same time, we can also get another 4.5-bedroom villa where a new bedroom can be added for about 4 million in a community that they like and the quality that they like and that they can manage with that extra half a bedroom. Then I say that most people will go that way, okay? Because nobody wants to live in a house that you're not going to enjoy, right? You at the end of the day, you've got to like that place. But let's say you're a family of 7 and like that extra bedroom is absolutely critical. There's no way you can let go of that extra bedroom. And you're like, you know what, Fahd? I don't care where I live. You could put me next to the borders of Abu Dhabi. Just give me more space. I could be the only villa in the community and nothing ever comes to deliver nothing. But all my kids are grown up. We all work from home. We don't need to be in this. In fact, we like the peace and quiet of being away from the main city. Bravo. We'll find you something on the border of Abu Dhabi. So work with requirements that you have. Now, there's 2 ways to identify those requirements. Number 1, you could either work with an advisor who guides you through those requirements that you have, both from a logical perspective and emotional perspective. Or you can download our template. Like, download our template and then go through a strategy consultation on your own. Like, I think we have a paid template. Do we have a paid template? Can we sell them a template? Buy the template, go through that, and go. Once you do that, you're going to be in a better position to be able to be guided to see what makes sense with regards to these elites and petals. So if it's price only and that's your only consideration, don't do it. But look at the other things that make sense from a perspective of, is it a good investment? Can you, if you want to live there, can you live there? Go and visit some other projects and you will be then positively, you'll be in a positive position with respect to information to make good decisions. All right, guys, since there's no questions right now, I'm actually going to say goodbye. Please do send more questions in. I'm happy to actually take your questions on. Sorry if I've missed any questions. Very quickly, if I've missed a question, please just ask me very, very fast. I don't think I have. So thank you very much for everybody who was here. Until next time, don't forget there is a link below. If you want to work with us and buy a property, just click the link, fill up the form. Me and my team of advisors can actually help you. Don't forget or remember, hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon. And guys, just put your questions into the comment section and we'd be very happy to actually answer it. All right, ciao for now.